What's up, man? What's up? What's goody? What's poppin', man? What's jumping out there? It is the homie, Mainman Mademan in the building. Hey, y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. What's up, fam? Just sliding on through. Chillin'. Yo, thumbs up as your pull up. Y'all already know. Thumbs up as your pull up. Salute to everybody that catches this live and everybody that catches this on the playback. What's up, man? How y'all feeling out there, man? Hey, fight fans out here in the DMV, we snowed and iced in out this jump. You hear me? Man, snowstorm caught us unexpectedly last night. Man, caught me slipping, you know what I'm saying? But I was able to go out and make all my runs, man. We had like 6 to 8 inches on the ground out here. I'm loving it, bro. We're a few days too late. I wish we could have got something like this around on Christmas Day. You know what I mean? But, hey, it's all love. I take it. I thought we was going to get this whole winter without no snow. So for me to get some snow, shit, I'm good with that. I got Robbie Brown on deck. What's up, champ? What's up with you, man? What's up to the homie, main man? Peace, fam, and peace to the chat. Peace to you, Robbie Brown. What's going down? Hey, Mike, what's up, Mike? I'm chilling, man. How you feeling, bro? If he moves to 168, Benavidez will welcome him because Canelo said he is not fighting no more at 168 pounds. Man, see, that's what I mean. See, Canelo just doing what he want to do. Don't make no sense. I mean, not doing what the fans ask him, want to see of him. Just doing what he want to do. He's a $30 million man. He can do whatever he want to do. You dig? So that's crazy to leave 168 and not even beat the best fighter at 168. That's going to be a theme to remember with Canelo. That's something I couldn't see no Floyd doing, that's for sure. If y'all want to make the Floyd comparisons and Floyd this, Floyd, hey, one thing I don't see Floyd ain't going to come up there to a weight class and got all of these, got the best dude at the class and just going to walk away from it. I don't see that, man. I just don't see that, man. Canelo doing that, that's just don't make no sense, Mike. It don't make no sense. Word of the day on deck. Salute to you, champ. What's up, man? Hey, man, I know y'all some boxing junkies, so I had to feel like I come on through and give y'all that boxing fix because y'all know we got that fire, fam. You know what I'm saying? Let's get right to it, man. Let's get right to it. Y'all already see the title of the video, right? Demetrius Andrade talking about vacating 100, or should I say Eddie Hearn, talking about Demetrius Andrade possibly leaving 160 pounds to move up in weight to 168 pounds. That's crazy. And then I'm trying to figure out, what's the meaning of all of this? I mean, my whole thing with this is like, damn. Everybody wants to say, man, this dude Janibek or Janibek, he ain't this, he ain't that. And I'm like, well, I figured Demetrius Andrade might have a tough time with him. But it ain't nothing to really, run from. I don't want to frame it as like an Andrade running. That's how I don't. I'm trying to look at it. Well, maybe Eddie Hearn is saying that, hey, well, it's not a big fight. It's not a big money fight. So it's like not really worth taking. But I mean, when we start talking about to the point of possibly dropping the world title and moving up in weight because of the mandatory, I'm forced to start thinking, like, how serious is this dude really is? Like, how serious is Janibek? Or is it Janibek? Is it Janibek or is it Janibek? We went through this. Is it Janibek, y'all, or is it Janibek? Salute to the fan pulling up. Muhammad Tola on deck. What's up with you? Is it Janibek? And y'all think I be joking with that? Look, I'm going to show y'all, man. Just in case I haven't showed y'all this already, man. I'm going to show y'all this one more time, man. Because y'all think I be playing. Okay, now, if you look at all of the reporting, the man name is Janibek with a J. But then when you go to his box rec, right, the man name is Janibek with a Z. So is it Janibek or is it Janibek, man? I don't know, man. I mean, box rec saying Janibek. The article saying Janibek. Either way, I don't know. Can I just call him either one? And I guess I'm not wrong. I told y'all. So I don't know which one it is. We went through this with Lomachenko, with the Vasily. Even in Andrade's case, is it Andrade? Which one is it? Hey, we need to get all of these names locked in. And now we're going to throw Janibek, a.k.a. Janibek, on BoxRec. I mean, on the situation, too. I guess it's all the same. I don't know, bro. So I'm going to call him. I'm going to call either one. If I say either one, hey, nobody can correct me. Nobody can come around and say, well, man, it ain't Janibek, it's Janibek. I'm going to say, nah, it's Janibek. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Either way, you feel me? Either way, it got to be, you know, they got to get that shit straight, champ. They got to get that shit straight. What's up, Muhammad Tola? Salute the main man. Salute to the chat. Salute to Paulo. Paulo, you hear that, man? Hey, he say thumbs up, fam. He throwing the paws up. You know what I'm saying? What's up, man? Harold Trim, how you, man? How you doing? He say, yo, doo-doo doesn't matter. Doo-doo is ducking his Mando. Doo-doo is the Mando champion. And, hey, bruh, this is what confused me about this whole situation. Like I said, I don't want to say he's scared. I don't want to say he running. But I know he's fought a lot of lower tier fights already. It's like this ain't nothing different, right? It shouldn't be like nothing different. Is it worth moving up to 168 pounds for? And what Eddie Hearn is saying, like he moving up to become Canelo's Mando, which like the homie Mike just said a little earlier, we all know that ain't happening. I think we all know that ain't happening. Matter of fact, let me get your man up on this screen, bro. What am I doing, man? I'm disrespecting this man because I'm going to tell you right now, champ, they treating this man like he the T-1000. So guess what? He deserves to get a picture up on the wall. Since he going to be treated like the T-1000, they got to think about dropping belts and moving on. Eddie Hearn is like, we can't fight this fight. I'm like, damn. He good. He all right. He seemed like an okay fighter, but nothing I don't believe that Andrade can't handle. But Eddie Hearn making it look totally different. Matter of fact, let's listen to some of Eddie Hearn's words, y'all. Let's go to some of these quotes that's floating around as to what Eddie Hearn been saying about this upcoming fight. So, according to Eddie Hearn, these are y'all gonna look at the screen right there, bro. The quotes right there on the screen. Demetrius Andrade had a good year. Not the flagship fights that we want, but nice and active. Great win against Quigley. He got the mandatory against Janibek Alimkhunily, but we need a bigger fight than that. In all honesty, so if we can find it at middleweight, I think he'll move up to super middleweight and become mandatory there, end quote. So right here, right, he not saying it like, okay, for one, it's a sure thing. He's saying it like it's a possibility. And from this standpoint, he's saying it from a size of the fight. Like, we looking for the big fight. I want the big fight because I'm tired of putting Demetrius Andrade in shit fights that ain't making no money, that ain't making no noise, that ain't nobody checking for. Fights are falling through left and right for Demetrius Andrade. Most importantly, Demetrius Andrade is starting to head into the territory of becoming a stain on Eddie Hearn's record. Just like he did with the Amir Khan and Kell Brooks situation. How that just looked terrible on Eddie Hearn's record, how he couldn't put that together. And a lot of other fights. Look at Canelo and Triple G. Under Eddie Hearn's tutelage, can't get it done. Can't get it done. Eddie Hearn is under tremendous pressure, even perhaps with this Andrade situation. You think, fam? Joshua's already lost his cash cow. If he loses again, that's a big loss for Eddie. That's a huge loss. Eddie's fighters, technically, if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, ain't really been moving the needle much. Y'all better look around and see what's been going on. Look at Eddie's stable. Who the big star like that now that Anthony Joshua has failed? Let's just keep it 100. He is hanging on Canelo's nutsack like it's no tomorrow. He has to. And if Andrade takes this high-risk, low-reward fight and it goes left, this is another starter which have fallen under Eddie Hearn's tutelage. Will DAZN start asking questions? Who you got? Who's the star? Who's the big man? Your fighters are falling left and right. You got no foothold in America. Joshua has fallen. What do you got? You got Conor Ben, who ain't prepared and ain't on the global stage. See how the pressure can get tight. And looking at Eddie's moves, like, I mean, is it a pressure situation for Eddie? Because like I said, I don't want to say Andrade's scared. But how Eddie reacting, overreacting, like this is the T1000. Janibek. So, y'all got to excuse me for the reaction that I give because Hearn is giving us a reaction. Now, check this out. Now, this quote floating around from Eddie Hearn, right? Now, this one is very, very interesting. Before I go to this one, I'm going to take a comment, though. But this one is very interesting. Hey, everybody that just pulled up, hit that thumbs up for me, though, man. Hit that thumbs up to the homie, man. Hey, the Boxing King Archives. Hey, Mainman, salute to you. Salute to you, fam. Hey, did you hear about King Kong Ortiz giving up his IBF mandatory eliminator to Joseph Parker? Is Ortiz retiring? Man, I got to look into that, bro. I'm going to look into that ASAP. I haven't heard that yet. But then again, there's a lot of things I haven't looked into yet. So I will look into that. Wow, I hope that ain't the case, bro. But Ortiz has always been one of them dudes who he's not obligated to he don't see himself obligated to a brand. He's not a PBC fighter who's just in super lockstep with PBC. That's never been Luis King Kong Ortiz. King Kong do what's best for King Kong. You know what I mean? And so for him to surpass that, well, then again, I take that back. I can't forget the Joshua debacle. But I was thinking how, like he was saying, at once upon a time when he wanted to face Dillian White, that he was even willing to re-sign another deal with Eddie Hearn just to ensure that fight, even against the wishes of PBC, against the wishes of his entire corner. That's the kind of person Luis Ortiz is. But then again, I think about that Joshua fight and how he walked away from that under bad advice. And then I say, well, then again, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But that'd be stupid if he do that, bro. I mean, that's his best shot for a title. That's his best route, I believe, better than the WBC route, because that WBC route may eventually lead back to Deontay Wilder. And that's nothing that fans are clamoring for. Even, let's just say Luis Ortiz did get the Andy Ruiz fight, right? Unless that can have some good complications in the IBF, which if I look at the rankings, I forgot where Andy Ruiz is ranked at there, but if it has some good complications there, then it will make sense. But if you're doing it for the WBC, nah, man, I don't really want to down that route. And because once again, it's going to eventually end at Deontay Wilder, and I don't think that fans is super pressed for that fight. You know what I'm saying? Hurl says, yo, main man, side note, what's taking too long to announce the heavyweight rematch? The Joker versus Mr. American Gangster AJ. That's fine. Hey, that's true. Not the OG. Not the Lope, not AJ the gangster. He did. He say what he say. He got the spirit of Nicky Barnes. He got the spirit of all the gangsters. He is the king of gangsters. Nah, man, I ain't heard no date, son. I ain't heard no date at all, man. But hopefully we be getting something soon, man. If not, we gonna start wondering if AJ having some conversations about step aside. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that Eddie Hearn wouldn't mind having that conversation. Y'all think it's a game, man. Eddie don't really want AJ back in there, bro. His back against the wall. His back against the wall, man. Hey, let's push on, though, bro. To the next quote right here, man. This is an interesting one. Y'all right there. Y'all can see it on the screen. I just changed it for y'all, man. And he says this. We write to the WBC, who has the ability, by the way, within their rules, is the only governing body that has that in their rules, to order their champion to fight another champion from another governing body. Hold up. Damn. You mean tell me WBC got it like that? They the only sanctioning body that can order their champion to fight another champion from another sanctioning body. That's crazy. Hey, Slim, that's powerful. They the only ones that got that shit. Man, Eddie Hearn putting it out. It took the T1000 Janibek to make all of this stuff come out the woodworks. I love Janibek. Janibek has got these boys like giving up info, doing all kind of stuff. This shit could have been done if that's the case, right? Why did it take Janibek to get right there for them to consider, well, maybe we should try to contact the WBC and see if we can get our champion versus their champion? Why did it take Janibek? Is this some sort of, you know, this is why I'm speaking about the pressure about Eddie Hearn. You got to remember Janibek, does he still rock with Top Rank and Bob Arum? This could be chess, not checkers. They got one of Eddie's champions in a corner. And they feeling strong about they dude. Is this some sort of Eddie chess play with Bob or something? I just wonder because of the reaction that I'm seeing from Eddie Hearn. He like, look, we thinking about moving up in weight. Look, we writing the WBC like, please, hey, what can you do for us? Do something, please. Look, we want to face Charlo. We've been hearing that, but we ain't never heard nothing about no paperwork being put in. This is crazy. He said that they the only ones that can do this. Let's go to the next quote, man. Hey, Eddie Hearn says this, and I quote, "What we're doing is asking the WBC to order that fight between Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade. But Paco then has the right to say," and Paco, fight fans who don't know, is the WBO president. But Paco then had the right to say, we approve that or we don't approve that, end quote. So basically he's saying that if the WBC is okay and on board with allowing the Charlo and ordering the Charlo versus Andrade fight, then it'll be on the WBO to say yes or no, which the WBO would normally follow suit in prize situations like that. Now, I'm going to say this. I think that's a long shot, but a good shot, because it do make sense what Eddie is saying right here. I will admit, I actually like the move. I wish to have heard about this move about a year or two ago. But I like the move. It's a move to try to say, to get on the record and say, we put the paperwork in, and to expose this golden WBC rule that, truth be told, I never really knew existed. I never knew that they were the only ones that had the power to order their champion to fight another champion. I never knew they could order that shit. That they can order that shit. Like, you have, hey, Earl Spence Jr., you have to fight Terrence Crawford. Oh, we going to talk about that, fight fans. We going to get there. Oh, yeah, I'm going to remember this fucking rule all day. You mean to tell me that the WBC all of this time could have ordered Terrence Crawford versus Earl Spence Jr.? Crawford Nation, y'all better hear that shit loud and clear. Oh, we going to talk about this one. Oh, this is brand new news to Mainman. Hey, Mike, what they say, Mike? What they gonna say about this? You mean to tell me all this time this fight could have been ordered by the WBC and nobody could have did nothing about it? Is that what you telling me? Oh, we gonna talk about this in future vids, fight fans. We gonna see where this all fits in the grand scheme of things. But back to this. So he's saying that basically they trying to contact the WBC and try to force them to order their champion to fight Andrade. Now I'm gonna be real. Like I said, it's thank you, Janibek and Janibek for forcing this out of them. But this looks, I wonder what the WBC would say about that for real. Call me crazy, fight fans, and getting distracted a little bit. But I do wonder, what do they have to say about that? Like, that's some real shit. If you're not going to make Charlo and Canelo fight, who had the franchise, then at the very least you can do is force a unification and make shit pop. Well, I mean, I'm a boxing fan, right? Sound good. From this side of the aisle, right? Sound good. But if this is the rule that they got, I just wonder, fight fans, tell me where I'm going wrong if I'm going wrong. You know what I'm saying? Tell me where I'm going wrong. Hey, Muhammad Hamatola says, yo, main man, I just saw that Charlo called out Andrade saying that he accepts the fight and that he is going to knock him out in 2022. That's beautiful. That's good news, fam. I like hearing stuff like that. Now we talking. Okay. Let's hope shit come together from this then. Let's hope something come together, man. Let's hope they put it together and yeah, man, all things lined up. But this is a fight that I'm down to see. This, to me, trumps a Charlo-Andrade fight would trump everything. You know what I mean? Everything. This is the fight that, that's the one to make. And I'll believe it when I see it. I hear Charlo, we'll see, man. We'll hopefully the political divide don't get in the way and the suits don't get in the way or something like this, man. I don't know what it would take. I don't know. I think it would have to be a loan situation to make it work, where either Charlo gonna have to be on loan to Eddie, or Eddie or Andrade gonna have to be on loan to PBC. Something to that effect. That's the only way. I hope so. Or once again, the WBC do the fucking right thing and actually order the fight. You know what I'm saying? So I think that works for me, bro. Every way we slicing that, man. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Hey, he says, Harold Trim says, I don't believe it. Sound too much like right. Sound good, right? Sound good. He says, so let's go to the next quote real quick, man. Let me see what else Eddie Hearn is saying about this. Eddie is also saying, and I quote, 48 hours later, we get another mandatory call by the WBO for Andrade to defend against Janibek. No disrespect to the guy. He's a good fighter. I know he is. I'm not being facetious. But come on, who wants to see that? Now, he's saying so they put this shit into the WBC first. And then 48 hours later, the WBO comes out with the ordering of the mandatory. Like, I don't know if he's trying to allude to, like, they collaborated and, they got on the phone with each other like, hey, WBC, hey, look, I'm going to order the mandatory, right? So that way that can shut that down and y'all can go ahead and continue to protect Charlo, Like, you know what I'm saying? I hope he not alluding to nothing like that went down. But then again, shit, these sanctioning bodies, who knows? But he find it funny that 48 hours later. Look, man, I don't know. I haven't looked into when the last time that Andre had his mandatory, but he be fighting so many lower tier fights where they all look like mandatories if you ask me. You know what I mean? But the one thing I do want to suggest before we move on, let me take a look at something at 168, right? Let's just say if Demetrius Andrade or Eddie Hearn actually followed through with what he's talking about. Let me take a look at the picture up at 168 pounds. And I'm going to put it right there up on the corner right there of y'all screen if y'all want to rock out with me. Hold on, let me just get this set up. Let's just take a look at the boxing rankings and see exactly what Demetrius Andrade will have to deal with up there at 168 pounds. So here we go. Let's look at this right here. Now, this is what he's hoping. Now, I got the top 3 from every sanctioning body pretty much right here. So these are all updated right here. So hopefully that's good enough for y'all to see on y'all screen. So as you can see, they hoping with Demetrius Andrade being the WBO champion to move up to 68, and by him being this champion and considered the WBO super champion, hoping to immediately become the mandatory to Canelo Alvarez. Like the homie Mike said earlier, Canelo Alvarez is talking about getting the hell out of 68. So it really wouldn't matter what Andrade do. See, at this point, Canelo don't mind being a duck. It doesn't matter. He's heard it all before type shit. He knows that his fan base ain't listening, ain't paying attention. So they can call me ducks till the cows come home. It don't matter. I'm going to continue to duck. And I'm going to continue to fight who I want to fight. That's Canelo. But that's okay. This ain't okay. It ain't okay for Canelo to instantly run away from a weight class when the weight class gets smoking. No, that's not okay. And ain't nobody out here going to be able to defend it. Ain't nobody going to be able to defend that. If at the very least it looks pussy. But Canelo don't care. They still going to, he's moving up in weight. He's going up to 75. He's going up to a cruiserweight. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. He's setting up the Usyk fight. It's amazing. That's how they talking. What are you talking about, man? Don't you know greatness? Huh? It's amazing. He don't have to fight 75 and Benavidez and Andrade and all of that. And no, what Canelo is doing is amazing. So of course he don't got to do that shit. Man, y'all tripping. At the end of the day, Canelo running from Demetrius Andrade looks just as pussy as running away from David Benavidez. And it's a shame that Demetrius Andrade even honestly got to go to the lengths that he going through with this whole thing. See, let's not get it twisted, fight fans. This don't look bad on Andrade. It tells, I'm going to say, well, no, it don't look bad on Andrade to me. It don't. It really don't. Because no one has no answers as to why none of the fights around Demetrius Andrade has happened. Everything that we know about why fights don't happen doesn't apply to Demetrius Andrade. Same sides of the street, same networks, rival promoters, all of that jazz that we go through for each and every fight to say why it don't work. None of that applies here. And that's why I'm like, okay, I can't, you can't tell me that Andrade don't want to fight none of these dudes. He won all of these. He been calling them out left and right, pulling up on them left and right. And this is what he's been forced to in this situation. I can't blame Andrade for that. Now, Andrade has made some bad moves in the past, but that's in the past, and I'm talking way in the past at this point. Like, we years removed from that Charlo situation. I got it. That went left. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't even with the current Charlo we talking about, was it? That was with the other Charlo, brother. That was with Jamel. This is Jamal. That was many moons ago. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't, at this point, it don't make sense. And even if we not even talking Charlo, we talking still Canelo, and Golovkin don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on Golovkin. I look at Golovkin, I don't even remember the last time I did a Golovkin video. I don't even really see him as a fighter, like an active fighter no more. He doing to me like with the same shit Floyd. He just hiding out for one damn fight. And promoters and networks they sit back and just allow Golovkin to do whatever he want. He can push fights down. He can cancel fights. He can fight whenever he want, who he wants, stock options, all that. So and no one has the answer in that situation. No one has the answer why Golovkin ain't fighting Andrade. Other than Golovkin is a straight duck, but he don't give a damn. Why? Because he done already got everything. Just like Canelo. Golovkin ran off with the bank on DAZN, shawty. He swindled the hell out of DAZN. Y'all think Canelo swindled him. No, Golovkin swindled him. That fool got stock options, damn $100 million deal damn near, bruh. Oh, they like, yeah, he had to redo, he took a couple million less. He still ain't fighting no damn body, still eating. And got all the say-so in the world. Don't got to fight Andrade. Why the network ain't leaning on Golovkin to fight Andrade? At all. Both of them on their network. Both of them with Eddie Hearn. And no fight. And everyone just forgot about it. It's to the point where boxing fans just like, you know what, I don't even think about that shit no more. Like, real spill. Me talking about it, probably a lot of y'all in the chat like, yo, bro, I ain't even talk about Golovkin. I forgot he was even there, champ. I forgot he had a belt. Y'all remember Golovkin as a champion? He actually got a belt. Y'all probably forgot that shit. IBF ain't saying nothing. Nobody ain't saying nothing. Oh, man, Golovkin already did his thing. What'd he do? He did a Klitschko move. He reigned over when it was weak. When shit got hot, my man started fighting. I'm just saying, though. But anyway, so if Demetrius Andrade moves up to 168 pounds, this is what he'll be facing, right? Canelo Alvarez possibly going to vacate the belt, which then is Demetrius Andrade once again perhaps fighting a Zach Parker, right? A Zach Parker. Who the hell? Zach Parker versus Demetrius Andrade. Not moving the needle much for boxing fans. It's going to look like the same old, same old. And then most importantly, it's going to look bad on Andrade. It's going to make it look like he ran from Janibek to fight Zach Parker. I'm just calling it what it's going to look like, fight fans. Y'all can say, well, man, it ain't the case, but I'm just saying what it's going to look like. And y'all can't tell me it won't look like that. Zach Parker from the UK. David Benavidez in the number 2 slot. I would love that fight. But that's wishing upon a star, right? WBO ain't got the balls to order something like that. That would be nice. They order that, but we all know they will have to check with the WBC first, and the WBC got probably plans for David Benavidez already. Especially if Canelo talking about dipping. So, at the end of the day, I don't think that's even politically possible. Nowhere near of happening. David Lemieux was in the number 3 spot. David Lemieux versus Demetrius Andrade. I actually like that fight. It's a cool fight. But still, not enough of them jumping for joy and marking it on my calendar. You feel me? And nobody else makes no sense. So, Edgar Berlanga down here at number 6. I like that fight. Edgar Berlanga, Demetrius Andrade was good. Don't think they'll give him a shot at the mandatory, though. Daniel Jacobs way down here at number 9. Daniel Jacobs and Demetrius Andrade supposed to be homies, buddies, friends. That's why they supposedly ain't fought in all these years. That's like wishing upon a star. That's another one that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? They never fought because they were homies, remember? Even though we just seen Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford go at it and still be cool afterwards, after making a bag like homies supposed to. Like brothers is supposed to. Instead, Daniel Jacobs is like he don't want nothing to do with it. So word on the curb, he heading to 75, trying to make deals up there. And who knows? Daniel Jacobs he's a good businessman, man. Say what y'all want. He is the world champion of business. No one does business better than Daniel. Daniel is the ultimate businessman. He pops up in big fights out of the blue and get paid very well. Daniel was moved business-wise in boxing, very smart through the years. And he's been in some good fights, some big fights. Giving us some, haven't given us some. You know? But I don't see this happening. So, I mean, what it would be the big thing to move up to freaking 68-4 is my question, fight fans. I'm trying to stay away from the fact that we're going to say Andre running from Janibek. I'm trying to stay away from that. So who we moving up for if Canelo dipping? And if Canelo stay, I need to see the WBO order that ASAP, right? Of course they won't. Or Canelo going to threaten it, or he'll drop it, or whatever the case may. Who knows? Who knows? I just don't see Canelo committing to no damn Demetrius Andrade. So if we know that's off the table, and all we talking about is Zach Parker, David Lemieux, and the rest of these cats right here, then who the hell we talking about going to 68 for? Why is that the only other fight that makes any sort of sense is a name that ain't on this list, and that is Billy Joe Saunders. That's the only other one that makes any sense to go to 68. Other than that, it's going to look like you running from Janibek. It's going to look like you running from Janibek. Y'all can say whatever you want, but I'm like, yo, is he running up for a bag? No. Is he running up for a big fight? No. Is he dropping his world title to get up for a pay-per-view? Nah, that ain't it even, man. So what the hell is he doing? He just don't want to fight Janibek. Why he don't want to fight Janibek? Because it ain't a big fight. But the rest of his fights wasn't big fights. Oh, well, if that's the case, well, he just don't want to fight a big... I'm trying not to say he running from Janibek. They running from Janibek. Am I getting left with no other answer here? I don't want to say it. I think Andre can beat this cat. So, I don't know. Maybe this is just Eddie Hearn raising the alarm of like, I'm showing Demetrius Andrade what I'm doing for him. Like, don't think that I'm sitting on my hands type shit. So I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then we still end up, may still fight Janibek. But then don't get mad at me that we fighting Janibek because I tried to do all of this for you. You know how Eddie do. Maybe that's something going on because why is the urgency in talking like he talking for Janibek? I don't know, fight fans. Maybe I'm tripping. Tell me where I'm going wrong. If I'm going wrong, maybe I'm tripping. So I don't see. So as far as the boxing rankings are concerned, nothing that's all like the run up there for like that. I don't know. So this is what Eddie Hearn had to say a bit further. We got a couple more quotes from him. He says, and I quote, "Now I'm in a situation where I've got to get creative. I don't know what I'm going to do yet." End quote. Look at this shit. Like it's a must. Is it that much of a must? Like I said, ain't nobody been checking for Andre's last couple fights. Y'all been blowing money on Andre. I mean, he doing what he got to do in that ring. But don't act like this is like, I mean, why such like the big, I don't know, fight fans. Maybe like he talking about he got to get creative. He contacting the WBC. He talking about moving up in weight. Like, I got to get myself out of this situation. Like, it's a must. It's the last one I got, man. He says he could become mandatory to Canelo Alvarez, but Canelo wants to fight Makabu. He wants to fight the champions. Canelo is not going to fight Demetrius. Canelo isn't ducking no one. Let's be honest. End quote. How could you say the same thing in the same breath? He gonna go up to fight Makabu. Look at how all of that even sounds, bruh. He gonna go up and fight Makabu and not fight Andre. If you ask any boxing fan which one did they prefer, I'm sure 99.9999, except the 0.1 of y'all that's just way out there. Ain't no saving y'all. But most boxing fans will say they want Demetrius Andrade. And that's why I say it don't look good on Canelo. The same way it don't look good on Charlo. It don't look good on none of these cats to keep staying out of the way of Demetrius Andrade. It's almost like they making him like he high risk, low reward. And like I said before, this is something that Terrence Crawford, I'm glad he should pay attention to, because clearly this could easily been him with Eddie Hearn. Look how Eddie Hearn has pretty much no ideas here. He's pleading, he's begging, he's hoping someone saves him in Andrade. What would he have been doing with Terrence Crawford? If, you know, for him to come out and say, well, yeah, nothing I can do with Terrence Crawford. There's nothing you can do. This would have been Bud. You got no welterweights. Like, you got, the difference is here in this situation, you actually got other middleweights, but you just can't make the fights happen. These fighters are too big for Hearn. Oh, man, hold on. I'm going to say that one more time for those who just walk. These fighters are too big for Hearn. He can't make shit happen. They call him. He can't call them. Golovkin calls him whenever he feels like it. He can't call Golovkin. It's when Golovkin calls him. Same with Canelo. Canelo calls him and lets him know what's going on. He can't call Canelo. And look at what we're seeing with Joshua. I get it, fight fans. Man, it was the sponsors and everything like that. But I just find that funny that Joshua didn't seem like he too tight with Eddie right now. And it almost seemed like that he can't call Joshua. Joshua got to call him. I'm just saying, man. It just, Eddie, things are looking a little like some slippage going on around here. And that's what it seemed like. And that would have been the situation with Terrence Crawford. Eddie would have had no answer. Look at Kell Brook and Amir Khan playing out right in front of Eddie Hearn, and he got nothing to do with it. And that fight sold out all its tickets in 600 seconds. And Eddie got nothing to do with it. They both were under Eddie. They both was with Eddie. And then I just found out, because I was listening to Amir Khan's recent interview. And he said for the Crawford fight, he left Eddie Hearn for one fight and then came back. And I recalled that when Kell Brook fought Terrence Crawford, he left Eddie Hearn for that fight and went over there to fight Bud. So, damn, you mean to tell me that them two dudes didn't even give him the Bud fight? They went over to Bob for one fight to make the Bud fight. Eddie can talk a good game, and especially he might can kind of oversee a lot of those UK fighters. But everybody else, hell nah. It's like the big names, they do what they want to do with Eddie. Y'all better get hip. Yeah, Eddie might talk a good game, like I say, but it's like, to me, the fighters kind of do what they want to do with Eddie. Eddie made a lot of moves. He didn't lock in a lot of relationships, especially here in America. He working with Bob, and Bob use him when he want to use him. That's how Bob treat him, like when it's beneficial to Bob. That's the only way. So, I mean, I don't know, man. This shit crazy, bro. And Demetrius Andrade now, they talking about him possibly going up to 68 to get out of the way to this dude, Janibek. And like I said, bro, I'm a be the one to stand here to say, you know what? I believe in Demetrius Andrade. I think that if they made this happen, I favor Demetrius Andrade for the win. That's what I'm going to say. And they ain't got no reason to be panicking and shit. But I will say that move with the WBC, brilliant. I like that move. I wish that move would have came into play. And I definitely, and Muhammad Hamatola just said that Charlo said it's all good. Let's do it. I hope we following through. We're going to follow through with that. Because now I want to see, hopefully somebody can catch Mauricio Suleiman's ass. And say, hey, Suleiman, what's up with this rule right here, bro? I mean, we never really talked in the open about this one. You know, all of these rules. This is the information age, fight fans. We learning shit. Fighters of the fight fans of the 80s and the 70s and the 60s, they never knew a lot of these rules existed. They never cared probably, but they never knew a lot of this stuff existed. We do. And now we got to ask some questions. We got to ask some questions. Yeah, man. La D, what's up, sis? How you doing? How you doing, sis? Chilling. Main man, I heard Dante say that the zone doesn't want to pay for Janibek. I made a vid, gotta post it. I like the unification with Charlo at 160 the best. I love that fight, La. I love that fight. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be definitely looking out for that video, La. Everybody that hear the sound of my voice should check out sis La D. And y'all look out for that Demetrius Andrade because, hey, she be bringing that fire when it comes to Andrade. You know what I'm saying? All day. Salute to my brother G Benson for support for the channel. Thank you, family. Much appreciated to you, man. Much appreciated. Happy New Year's, man. Wanted to support the channel. Catch you on the playback, my brother. Thank you, G Benson, man. Always holding down the channel, man. I really appreciate you, homie. And much love to you, man. Much love to you. Yeah, man. DJ Zion Love. What's up, man? What's up, champion, man? Salute, King. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to my brother, DJ Zion Love, man. What's up, champ? Hey, Sean. How you? Sean, I see you, man. What's up, man? What's up with you? Makabu makes Canelo a 5-weight champion. Andrade is defending a title. But, hey, bro, how many is it about a belt or is it about, you know, that situation ain't going nowhere. It's got to be about what the fans want to see. How much is Canelo going to ask you to pay for his fight? He ain't going to ask you to pay $20, $30. You do realize that, Sean? He going to ask you to pay Danny $100. And for that price and amount, you should have the right to say what you want to see. And no one wants to see Makabu. I'm sorry. No matter how you slice it. Sound good. 5-weight world champion. But that's not where we at right now. Where we at is finish what you started. You can't start shit and don't finish it. You can't start to try to reign at 160, but don't finish it. You can't start to try to reign at 68, but don't finish it. When shit get too hot. You feel me? Not when you fighting Rocky Fieldings. No one said nothing. No, or when you fighting Callum Smiths. Everyone sat through them fights, Sean. We sat through Chavez Jr. and the Smith brothers. We sat through all of that shit, man. And paid for the shit on pay-per-view. How many more? How many more? Before you know it, that man gonna be gone from boxing. $300 million in the bank and ain't gave you what you wanted to see. That's where we gonna end up at. And I'm trying to prevent that shit, bruh. 5-weight world champion sound good, man. But look, you just became undisputed. You just came off a month. You became the first undisputed champion at 168 pounds. The first Mexican undisputed fight. You in the history books. Now fight the fight that the fans want to see. We wanted David Benavidez. We can't get David Benavidez. Makabu is more important than a David Benavidez fight. Makabu is more important than a Beterbiev fight. Nah, bro. Makabu ain't more important than a Charlo fight. Makabu ain't more important than an Andrade fight. No matter how you slice it, no matter what lens you look at it through. It just don't make no sense. Not when you asking for a damn $100. And that's keeping it a buck. Fuck all that, bro. We gonna take some of this power back, man. They just giving us whatever. Whatever they want to give us. You let them go unhinged that way, they gonna move what's best for them in their careers, which is smart, you know. Less resistance for the most money. That's how any fighter left unchecked would move. But the boxing fans now have a way to apply certain levels of pressure. And we also have purchasing power. Don't let no promoter, no fighter, no suit, because I'm hashtag anti-suit, ever convince you, boxing fan, that you don't got purchasing power all day. Why do you think, let me tell y'all, man, why do you think that they run into the YouTubers and these fake Pauls and Hogan Logans and shit? And they praying for the next one to come out, and the next one, and the next one. Why? It ain't because these dudes are any sort of athletic. It got They got a built-in fan base. They trying to swap the fan bases. They can't do with boxing fans, one of them. So they trying to go somewhere else where, hey, it's easy to just, make a buck or two. We could turn boxing into something else. That's what it's all about. And this is what happens when you leave things unchecked. Look at what happened into the pay-per-view. The pay-per-view is becoming a joke. It used to be a thing of beauty. It used to be a thing of being special. You mark that shit on your calendar, shawty. Oh, we calling everybody over. We firing up the grill. We gonna have the honeys on deck or everything. You know what I'm saying? That was the move for major pay-per-views. Now it's like another freaking Saturday night fight. Why? Because things are going unchecked. That's why. They don't want to do what the boxing fans asking of them. And it turns my stomach to hear boxing fans take up for these damn suits and promote. Well, they got to protect their investments and they got to be promoted. They got it as a business. Man, that shit turns my damn stomach. You don't know what no promoter is making. No boxing fan do. They got many streams of revenue built around a fight. Streams of revenue that you would know nothing about. I remember when that ticket thing came out about with Eddie Hearn and buying up the ticket. That shit has been the oldest thing in the book for not only in the boxing world, but in the music business. That's just a trick that just came out to the public in the recent years. One of them. When I hear boxing fans go on a protection plan for a promoter and take up for a promoter, I go, dog, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. They making more money than you can ever imagine. Most boxing fans don't even understand pay-per-view splits. They think that a fighter is just raking in all of the pay-per-view dollars. That's far from the truth. Far from the truth. When we talk that split, we talking about a split of after the money has been already split down several ways. Not the split of every pay-per-view dollar that comes through the door. You don't know what fighter's on loan. You don't know what fighter's in pocket. None of that, no one knows. When they let the promoters do what they got to. No, you don't, man. These promoters cake the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Man. Why do you think Lou DiBella, y'all, that's why I be talking about this George Kambosos thing. Why do y'all think Kambosos moving like he moving? It ain't got nothing to do with Kambosos. This is all DiBella back in the game. He's now got an ace to get back in the game. More money for DiBella. And that fighter gonna move according to how DiBella is telling him to move. And what's best for DiBella. Why? You don't know why. You don't know how much George Kambosos owed DiBella. You don't know what advance he took. You don't know what kind of contract he signed. You don't know how much he's already made off that kid. Nobody don't know. So never take up for these suits. Boxing is a dirty business with a lot of hands. A lot of hands. You don't know. A lot of hands. That's all we gonna say. You know what I'm saying? See what the fam talking about before I get up out of here, man. Salute to the fam. Salute to the fam. Pay-per-view is all on. Pay-per-view is all on PBC. Man, hey. We can, my thing is, Sean, it may be PBC, which you right. I ain't going to disagree with that. But that's just how it starts. Trust and believe, the rest are watching. If it works, if it makes the bottom line numbers go up, they going to do it too. I don't know what we getting is, one is different from the other shit. Like, y'all act like one is the greatest thing over the other. This is why, me honestly, originally when Triller was coming on board, why I was really excited about Triller, because I was hoping that they were the ones that came in, scooped up a bunch of fighters and did it the right way. They had a chance. It's an opening there. But these other ones ganged up on them. And we'll see if they bounce back in 2022 or if they just getting the hell out of boxing altogether. But you can say it's a PBC thing. It's all of them, but they all play the same game. They all play for the same playbook. Some of them winning, some of them losing. In Eddie's case with Demetrius Andrade, well, shit. Look like he might be losing. Now what? Now what? You know what I'm saying? I only talk boxing. What's up, man? Makabu adds more to legacy than Benavidez. The fight can still happen. The guy's only 25. It's a legacy move. Roy Jones did, Leonard, Whitaker, etc. Bro, legacy move, yeah, I guess to say, yeah, he got a fifth another belt and another weight class, cool. That's great. That's great. But it still doesn't bring me no sort of excitement, bro. Like, especially the fighter we talk. The caliber and the quality of fighter that he fighting matters, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, it's just like that 75 shit. Like, he went up and fought Kovalev. After Kovalev went through what he went through with Yard. It's like that. And then they talking about Makabu about to fight this dude Makunu. So what, he gonna catch Makabu after 2 weeks of fighting Makunu first? Because Makabu got to fight. He gonna fight him 2 weeks after the Makunu fight, like he did with Sergey Kovalev. Get Makabu on the phone now. Hey, but Canelo, man, he only fought 3 days ago. Yeah, but we make him do the fight by the end of the month. I mean, what is he? That's what it looked like to me since it's such a rush. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my main man, Knockout Boxing 86 TV on deck. What's up, champ? Happy New Year's to you, man. Happy New Year's to you. Demetrius Andrade was a champion at 154 and 160. At the same time, Canelo was in those divisions. Someone please explain why they still haven't fought. I had no answer for you, Knockout. Can't. Exactly. But look, he can move down to 54 to fight Liam Smith, though. Ain't that funny? How he can move down and challenge for the WBO and challenge Liam Smith. He dropped the WBC not to face Golovkin and went in there and fought for the WBO against Liam Smith at a lower weight class. How do you do moves like that and then don't fight Demetrius Andrade? How do you do that? And then the fans are just like Houdini'd out and shit, like brainwash. How do you do that? That's crazy. If that was Charlo, man, he would have been destroyed. Oh, Charlo got to go down and wait. He's a weight bully. He would have been destroyed to move down in weight to challenge Liam Smith instead of challenging somebody, one of the champions at 60. That's what Canelo did. Remember? I mean, I'm just saying, y'all. I mean, look, y'all can say what y'all want to say, but Canelo shit is funny. He run away from Andrade in this situation, it's going to look worse. This Makabu thing, that's cool, but we don't even... And then for Canelo to come out and act real brand new about that fight, well, that was Eddie. Eddie did it. I just follow what Eddie is doing. It was all Eddie's plan. I do anything Eddie tells me to do. You know, anything Eddie says, I do it. Eddie want me to fight Luis Ortiz, I'll fight Luis Ortiz. Get the hell out of here, bro. Y'all believe that shit. Shit was orchestrated. And they know it. Shit crazy, man. WBC gonna look real bad in this Charlo situation, though. If they don't at least, somebody from the WBC, Suleiman, somebody, come out and say, hey, the reason that we're not going to do that is because then you're going to have to explain to boxing fans that situation or why you just allow Canelo to vacate the belt, become the franchise champion, and don't push nothing in that direction either. Like the WBC got to be accountable for some of this bullshit. If they can order a fight between Charlo and Andrade, I say do it. What are they waiting for? They want Jaime Munguia to have their belt, huh? Matter of fact, hold on real quick. Let me tell you one before I get out of here. Hold up. Let me take a look real quick. I think, yeah. Yep. Jaime Munguia in the number 1 position under Jamal Charlo. Right. But they not leaning on that for no mandatory. They not even leaning on that for a mandatory. You got Jaime Munguia in the number 1 slot, but yet he's also number 1 in the WBO, the Demetrius Andrade, and we got nothing right there. Fight fans, this is not making no damn. This is why talking about Andrade, I say this every video. It gives me a headache, man. Let me put this on y'all screen just so y'all can see this for yourself. And I'm sure we probably did this already before, but hell, let's just look at it again so y'all can maybe see if this makes any kind of sense to anybody. You know what I'm saying? So check this out. All right, WBC. Jaime Munguia is underneath Jamal Charlo, and we got nothing from the WBC there, right? Nothing. Chris Eubank, he ain't even fighting in the damn division no more. Why he's still there, I will never know. Sergey Deryevchenko already happened. Janibek is right there again. Liam Williams, oh my gosh. Montiel, I don't want to see none of that shit. So you mean to tell me that the only fight even worth talking about for the WBC in Charlo is Jaime Munguia? That's the only one worth talking about. The rest of them can't do them or not worth talking about. And then over here at the WBO, you got Jaime Munguia, number 1. No mandatory order. Instead, they ordering Janibek to be the mandatory instead of Munguia. Hold up. That is the most backwards. They ordering Jaime Munguia. They ordering Janibek for the mandatory, and you got Jaime Munguia in the number 1 spot, and they don't order that. Well, then again, I guess, Janibek put the paperwork in, right? He applied to be the, not to mention he's aligned with Bob Arum in Top Rank, which gives him the inside track. But you got Jaime Munguia, fight fans. You got Jaime Munguia sitting at the number 1 slot. And I guess we're going to blame Demetrius Andrade for this shit too. This is insane. And I'm telling y'all, bruh, I hate talking about Andrade sometimes, man. It leads me to a dead end every single time, bruh. Every single time. I can't give you an answer on none of this. I don't know. and we do this, fight fans. Y'all know we do this. I don't know. That's all I know. You know what I mean? This is crazy. Muhammad told us, you're absolutely right, man. Pay-per-view used to be a special event. They got us hyped months before the fight. Now it's just another day at the office. Yeah, for $100 too. At damn near. You know what I mean? That's the crazy part. The price of the goods went up, but the quality went down. So that ain't supposed to be how it goes. You know what I'm saying? That ain't supposed to be how it goes. I hear that. Yeah. I only talk boxing. I'm not mad at the move Canelo making, though. Dudes be doing more than any guy in the sport, so I can't knock that. I want him to fight Beterbiev, but that's just preference. But I just can't say he's been doing more than anybody. I'd say he's a good he picks his fights very, very wisely. You know what I mean? To say that Avni Yildirim, Callum Smith, and Rocky Fielding, those are the 3 fights he took in that succession, is doing more than anybody in boxing, I can't say that. Yeah, I'm glad he fought Caleb Plant, you know what I mean, towards the end, but to say he's doing, that's not doing better, more than anybody doing in boxing. That's just not, you know what I mean? And then before that, it was really picky choosy, bro. Miguel Cotto at the end of the road, for real. Gennady Golovkin, many years removed from being his best, but he still gave a good fight, but they could have did that earlier. I'm just saying, man. I mean, Miguel Cotto, I don't know. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., I can't say that's more than anybody in the sport, bro. That's why I don't have him number 1 pound for pound. But yet, out of respect for what he is doing, I do have him on my pound for pound list. Some people may go as far not to put him there because of his past transgressions. I can't do that. He's on my pound for pound list, without a doubt. Definitely makes my top 5, without a doubt. But I can't put him at the number 1 spot. Just too much, man. Too much of the cherry picking is just, this Makabu shit is like a smack in the face to boxing fans. I guess Canelo looking at it like, look, I became undisputed. I fought Caleb Plant. I did everything the fans should want of me and ask of me. And it's just like, no, bro, you just gave us a little something. If this is the highest standard of the sport now, what we seen with that, if that's the highest standard of the sport, then we far removed from the highest standard, from what it used to be. If that's considered the highest standard. Caleb Plant. I'm just saying, fight fan. Y'all can say where I'm going wrong if I'm going wrong, but excuse me for wanting more from these fighters. For making all of them, especially a guy in Canelo's situation, in Canelo's case, he's going to be asked the most to do the most because you making so much money that comes from the boxing fans. People forget that. Y'all forget the missing link. It all starts with the fans when the money get to rolling. Investors don't invest if it ain't no fans. You feel me? Networks don't get down with you if there ain't no fans. It all starts with and falls with the fans. But they make it like that it don't. Money don't flow if fans don't go. Period. Networks cut deals. They cut you off. Look, oh, we thought you was going to bring us some subscribers. Oh, when you ain't doing it, see you later. Ain't no fans here. Ain't no fans. So let's not forget that, man. And look, I'm sorry, man, for $100, damn near going for the fifth weight, the belt against Makabu or Makunu, it just don't do it. It don't do it. I'm sorry. Can't do it. Gangsters Playground says, yo, Mungia just moved up last year to 160 and was ranked number 1 by the WBC and the WBO just 5 months ago. Yeah, but he's primed and ready, bro. He's been through many different levels of the fight game. Yeah, he's definitely primed and ready for a title shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't keep putting him in there. Like, after the Gabe Rosado fight, Gabe gave him a lot of experience. He got to fight or flight, man. They got to take the training wheels off. I get it. He young, it is. But they can't just keep him hovering around number 1. When these fighters are up there, if it's time for them to blossom, let them blossom. If it ain't ready, then you can't have them at these high rankings, just hovering around the high rankings and not fighting. Just like they do with Ryan Garcia. Keep them hovering around the top of the rankings, right? But they ain't throwing them in there with nobody. You know? I like that. This is why Jerron Boots Ennis is getting the momentum that he's getting, because he's hovering around the top of the rankings and he wants everybody. That's what we want to see. Not when you hover around the top and then act stupid when you get to the top. Well, you know what? I'm not ready yet. I fought my way from number 6 to number 5, and from number 5 to number 3, and then I got to number 2 and number 1, and I said, hold up. I'm not ready yet. I got to take a break. I got to slow down right here, because those guys were one thing. I need 5 more of those before I fight the number 1 guy. What the hell kind of... Bro, that's what they doing with Mungia. So, WBC is looking terrible at 160. They are looking terrible at 160 in my eyes. Between the Canelo's franchise BS and the Mungia thing, ain't they not putting no gas on that? This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Even with the WBO, they probably taking marching orders from Bob in that case with Andrade to not lean on, but they still should be leaning. But like they'll say, well, if he don't want it, if he haven't put the paperwork in, clearly he hasn't. But he was down to put the paperwork in when they was talking about Andrade moving up to 168 before and possibly vacating his title. Oh, they was ready to put Mungia in there ASAP. This shit got to stop, fight fans. All this stalling and waiting for position. Look what they doing to Devin. Stalling him out, waiting for him to get too big for the weight to vacate. This is crazy. And some people see it, and some people don't. You feel me? The fam gonna always see it, because I'm gonna keep y'all eyes open all day. I'm gonna get up out of here, fight fans, man. This was cool, man. Nice little chat, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir, man. That's how we do over here. Y'all know, every once in a while I get real spontaneous with it. Like, I normally come on Thursdays and normally come on Sundays, but shit, man, I gotta pick my pace up some, man, because through the holiday season, I know I was been a bit more sporadic than I normally would have been. So I'm gonna pick the pace up a little bit more for the fam, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, we boxing junkies, man. We just got to get our boxing fix, and ain't nothing wrong with that. You feel me? Y'all already know, man, we keep it all entertainment over here. Don't take anything I say personally. It's all in good fun, and it's all in good humor, whether we right or whether we wrong. You feel me? All day. A couple more and I'm out the door. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Lala says, is Canelo still on PEDs? I know that the WBC allows it. So, hey, I'm sure, since they didn't raise the levels, right? And what they accept or don't accept, maybe he's probably better at cycling on and off. Because he just knows, like, I got a little bit more leeway this time, You know what I mean? So we'll see. Andrade versus Charlo. Let's make it happen. At least they're both clean. Canelo would never face Andrade. He knows that he cannot win. Yeah. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. Outside of that lame-ass little song he made that all his fans chant, you know what I mean? That lame little shit, it don't make no sense. That shit was lame. You know what I mean? Andrade approaching him every chance he get, and every time Andrade approach him, Canelo say something lame. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it ain't making no sense to nobody. It just look like a duck. It's a Daffy Duck. It's a Howard the Duck. It's a Donald Duck. It's a triple duck goose. You know what I'm saying? That duck then turned into a goose at this point. It's all duck. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. Because it ain't no other explanation for it. They on the same networks now, fight fans. Keep that in mind too. Oh, and Canelo's another one. Yeah, same promoter. Same promoter, same network, but no fight. Gennady Golovkin, same promoter, same network, but no fight. But it's Andrade's fault. They funny. Much love to y'all all. Stay blessed and stay safe. To everybody out here in the DMV, hey, be good, man, because that ice is everywhere. It's hella thick out here. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be safe out there. They talking about another blast coming through on Thursday. And if it goes down that way, hey, hunker down. But be safe. Protect yourselves and protect your family. And I see y'all soon, man. Much love. To the next video. Peace out.